There you go. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can everybody hear me?
Morning.
Good morning. People are coming in. Good, good, good. Right. Let me get this video off. Cheryl, you look very festive this morning. Yes.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hello, fanfare for you. All right.
Yeah, so actually one of the homeowners.
Let's see. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. Okay. Nick, you're muted. Unmute and say hello.
Hi.
Hi. You brought a guest this morning. Say hi.
Yes, Ivan Mora.
Hello,
is
everyone.
Ira.
Joining our office in
Hello.
Portland.
Welcome. Welcome.
Portland, Willamette Valley.
Hey, you're about to take the test. Anyone have any encouraging words for him? Like how easy it is?
I thought Oregon was the easiest out of all 4 states I took.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. All right.
Nice. Well, welcome to us.
Welcome. Welcome. And what he asked me is, are we going to talk about the market? And I thought, well, that's pretty much all we talk about. So yeah, we will get to that.
Mhm.
Get to that. All right, let's go right into the meeting. May 3rd. May 3rd, 2023.
It's not May 3rd.
It's May 10th.
Good thing you're here, Cheryl.
I'm testing you. I'm testing you. Well, here you go. May 10th,
There we go.
2023. You can see I run on autopilot in the mornings.
But you had it all prepared, so it was good.
I did. All right, here's a Century 21 office that I like the look of. I believe this is in Brooklyn, New York.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
And I bring these pictures to you. They're easy to find. You just go online and Google them. But we have a lot of offices all over the world. And they look really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So today, in addition to reviewing the current market conditions, we'll talk about social media posts. We have a lot of stuff on that. We'll talk about pre-qualifying your sellers. And we will talk about 8 reasons to use a realtor, good things to know. And if we run out of time, we'll talk a little bit about lead generation today. Otherwise, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Remember this. Remember that things take time. And generating new leads is a lifelong process, and there are really no shortcuts. Getting new business needs to be a daily and weekly routine. So think about this. How good are you at getting leads? I don't know many businesses that are involved in sales where the salespeople themselves spend little time practicing, rehearsing, and developing presentation skills as we do in our business, as we're doing right now. And that everybody who's here, I'm preaching to the choir, understands that. That's why you attend these meetings. But a lot of people don't do that.
What happens is that they.
Think about how many lead sources you have. And have you considered working on new sources or exploring what those might be? We recommend having at least 3 to 5 different sources of leads that you work every day. And as always, treat your business like a business, not a hobby. And remember, there's lots of business out there to be done. There are billions of dollars that are going to be sold this year, and you want your slice of that.
Right.
Let's start. Congratulations on new listings and closings. Let me pull up the map of the region. And you can see that we, I wouldn't say we dominate the region, but we have our listings throughout there. Got about 40 listings today in the Pacific Northwest. Let's just go around the region with the managers. Kung Lee, manager of the Portland, Oregon office. You got anything that's new?
Yeah, let's go through what's happening at the Portland branch. Let me pull up my list. Let's see, we have new closings by Nayeth. She closed one early last week. She has a couple more closing this month. We have Kevin Smith closing today on a manufactured home. Congrats to Kevin.
Congratulations. And you're both here, Nayeth and Kevin. Congratulations.
Yes.
Excellent.
New listings, let's see. New listings, we have one from Chrissy Hansen, a new listing in Beaverton, priced at $500,000 or $515,000. So congrats to her on getting that on the market.
Good.
And we have a couple that have gone pending, mostly from Naya. So congrats to her as well.
Good job.
Yes, very good job. Chrissy also has 2 condos coming up on the waterfront in the Pearl. I think that'll be next week, just as a side note.
Yes, and she's looking for people holding open houses to help her hold open houses for those properties. So if you're interested, definitely reach out to us or the management team in Portland or Chrissy directly.
Okay, a summer open house on the waterfront. That sounds like a good opportunity.
Oh, one more thing. Mike Fowler has a new listing on Division Street in the Dalles that's showing up on the other website. It's not up on Dash yet.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and then I might have a listing in King City, and I think that's done with Portland for this moment.
Excellent. All right, Cheryl, anything new in Vancouver?
Longview.
Sorry, Longview?
Longview, we had 2 closings. We had Steve Burright closed one and Barb Peterson closed one down at the beach.
Yay.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. I'm getting a listing. I'm just we have to find them a house first. But it's gonna be a really good one on the island in Cathlamet. It'll be around it'll be around 700,000. It's a nice place.
Nice.
You got to find him a house. It's
I know.
such work.
What are they looking for, Cheryl?
They want to be in Castle Rock.
Okay.
They want shops. He has like 6 classic cars, so he needs a big shop or room to put one. Single level. So yeah.
You have your job cut out for you, but you can do it.
Yes, I
It's out
do.
there. It's out there somewhere. Shauna, what's happening in Vancouver and Caldwell, Idaho?
Vancouver, we have 7 pending right now. I have 3 listings pending. Just got through inspection on one of them, so that's really great. 2 of them are through inspection. Kevin Kearns has 2 in pending status, and Shauna Wallace has 2 pending status. So, and one of them through inspection. So, and Kevin's are really close to closing. I have a lot of them are going to be closing this month, so we're excited for May.
Very good.
Nice.
Very good. Did we have anything? So here is Caldwell. Oh, and an open house.
They've been getting busier, and I know the buyers are coming out. Augie's told me that he's got a few going, and Jeffrey is working with a new buyer that's relocating from California. And so the buyers are out, and there's definitely some listing opportunities that have just come up. And Amber Silva will be closing her first deal next week too.
Oh, excellent.
Yay.
Excellent.
Yep.
Okay.
That was a really challenging one. They had a FHA buyer on a condo that was not approved FHA. So they did the 1 unit approval, which I told her she could do. A lot of people still don't know that, just so you know, if you get an FHA buyer and the lender's stating that it's not approved FHA, you can get a 1 unit approval as long as it qualifies.
So that's back. That was gone for a while. And they brought that
Yeah.
back. Yeah. Used to be the whole complex had to do it. Board of
Mhm.
directors may not want to pay for it. Those were
Yeah, they don't feel like the whole units everybody in the place should have to pay for, 1 unit to be approved, so.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Lots of good activity, lots of good listings. That's our future. All right, let me see what else is happening. We have the Superstar Retreat in Las Vegas, and I think I'll do this. All right, because I'm a big believer in the Superstar Retreat. So I want to show you just a very short video of what it will look like if you go there and stay at the Flamingo, which is adjacent to the property. And again, this is the Mike Ferry. This is the Mike Ferry.
Which one are you staying at, John?
I think we're staying at. Where are we staying? Harrah's.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. So this one is the Flamingo. Now let's see what they have to say.
This is a standard double at the Flamingo.
Ooh la la.
Yeah. That's the
This
place.
is a premium room.
Also, they have flamingos there.
And they have flamingos,
Yeah.
giant flamingos at the door.
Yeah, don't miss it.
Well, they have real life flamingos too.
I think they do.
They do. I went and saw them. My daughter drugged me there.
The flamingo is fabulous.
Okay, here's the trip to the convention. See how
so
long
she-
it takes.
That was quick.
Oh, so she's actually taking us on a tour.
Almost
over
there.
to Caesar's Fort.
Yep, I know that hallway well.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Seven minutes. She's in good shape.
Okay. Well, now you know.
She's in good shape. She can do that in 7 minutes. But the point is, it is adjacent to the convention center. And it's all new. It's a brand new convention center. So consider that. Look at your calendar. Look at your availability. That's something we really have a good time at. And the other thing on it is the Century 21 North Star Awards Luncheon is going to be right here in the Portland office, June 15th at 11 o'clock. And we're going to have a good time and celebrate our producers and the people that really support this company. So we're looking forward to as many people as we can get. We have plenty of room and plenty of food. How's the market? Real estate experts know the current market conditions. Real estate experts know how to clearly explain them to the public. Real estate experts understand that that's a question they're going to be asked 5 times a day if they're doing their job, maybe 10 times a day. All right, so what do we got? 30-year fixed average, 6.39. That's down. Of course, when we talk about up and down, because the media is fixated on interest rates right now, If it's at 0.001, they're going to look at that as either up or down and make some news out of it, because the public is thirsty for this kind of news because it's such a topic. And all I can say is what's happening is they're getting used to it. I think the public and the buyers are used to interest rates being in the sixes, and that's all good for us so that they can get on with their lives and buy and sell houses like they need to do. So I take that from, I'll let Kung talk a little bit more about that. So we always do the consumer price index, which is what tells us what inflation is in the United States. And I just saw on the BBC News today, they were making big news about it being less than 5%. Even, I guess they're not looking at the same thing I'm looking at because it's been less than 5% for over 30 days. So that is kind of a milestone that inflation is leveling off, going back to what they would like it to be, which is like 2. And so there's a chart here. And if you want to know more about it, there's a Keeping Current Matters article about it. If inflation is something that you want to bring up to people, where you're answering the question, how's the market? Makes you look smart. So that's certainly an article that's worth reading, how to deal with that. The multiple listing market action reports are out and they've been updated. Let's have a look at one. Let's have a look at Portland. That's the big $2 million regional MLS, 2 million population. And let's look at the charts as we look at active listings. Okay, active listings today, 3,305. So that's up from last year. And as you can see, down from what we had over last summer, but it does seem to be climbing up to that. And so far, it looks like a good repeat of last year. And last year was good. All right, new listings, there are 2,653. That's down 28% from last year on new listings. So this is definitely a slower market by 20 to 30%. You know, we're going to see that as the overall theme in all of our regions, that this is a slower market today, and we all know the reasons for that. It is the change in interest rates that is slowing it down. The change in interest rates and the shortage of inventory. We haven't got back to building houses at the rate we should be. Pending sales, 2,164. Pending sales in the Portland metro area, that's down 28% as well, the same trend. And closed sales, 1,707 in the month of April, that's down 38.6. Average market times, those are down again too, and that's good and bad. I think it benefits buyers if market times are a little bit higher, not 70 days. But 47 days, that's plenty of time. So that's good for buyers and good for sellers. That's a very workable days on the market. And average and median prices, there they are. The median price has decreased 3.7% from last year, which brings it from 539 to what it is today, 519,000 as the median price in the Portland metro area. So definitely, I posted this. Definitely have a look at that. At the market action and the market summaries for the area that you work in. All right, our chief economist, Kung, I actually posted, Kung, if you wouldn't mind reviewing a couple of these. I have a short one on interest rates and I have a short one on jobs from the NAR Economist.
Yeah, let's go over it. Let's go over the mortgage rates one first. Short article, but very important information. The Federal Reserve raised short-term interest rates again, but this doesn't mean the mortgage rates will rise as well. The Federal Reserve doesn't set up mortgage rates, just so you guys know. And if inflation keeps slowing down, then mortgage rates will move lower. And according to Freddie Mac, the average rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage dropped to 6.39% from 6.43% from the previous week. With mortgage rates just 1 percentage point higher than a year ago, the gap between current and last year's affordability is narrowing. Home prices are modestly lower, while American family income is about 6% higher than a year ago. So after putting 20% down, current buyers need to spend about 25% of their income on their mortgage payments compared to 24% a year ago. So it's just a little bit more, but
A little bit more. Okay.
let's see what they say about jobs. Record number of Americans are working, with another 253,000 net new job additions in April. Compared to the employment peak pre-pandemic, 3.2% or 3.2 million people are working. The unemployment rate is super tight at 3.4%, and job openings are way above those searching for a job. 9.6 million job openings compared to 5.7 million people searching for one.
Wow.
But let's be mindful, however, that employment is considered a lagging indicator and the last economic data to turn. Job openings are 20% lower compared to a year ago. And the tight job market is partly due to the nearly 5 million Americans who were in the labor force before the pandemic, but are no longer seeking employment. The 3.2 million net job additions over the past 3 years are averaging 1 million job creations per year, which is only about half the normal annual job creation. Directionally, more jobs mean more housing demand. Given that many help wanted signs, more jobs will be added in the upcoming months. Should more Americans enter the labor force, an even better outcome can be achieved as more supply will lessen inflationary pressure and lower the mortgage rates.
Okay.
So a mixed bag of information.
Yes, it is. It's interesting that people who stopped working during COVID, there's so many of them didn't return. I'm sure
Right.
there's a million reasons for that.
Right. But more jobs mean more housing demand. So let's we can always look at the bright side of things.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, this is a good thing to review as well. And even though it gives a little warning that these are lagging figures, and this is good news. There's no way to say this is not healthy news for the jobs market.
For sure.
We also, from the NAR Economist, we bring you periodic news on housing and housing construction and numbers and all of that. And those are critical to today's market conditions too. We just need more inventory. Buyers will buy if there's more things to choose from, certainly more affordable.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let's just quickly, I've decided we'll just do one of these a week, and we'll just start with the Portland on this. So how's the market? All right. So what we publish here, let me increase the size of this just a little bit. What we put here, every week we update this, and it's just an elevator speech because realtors are going to be asked, how's the market on a regular basis? It's the first thing you're asked when you introduce yourself. Hey, I'm a realtor. Oh, great. How is the market? And, you don't want to say it's wild and crazy. You don't want to say, oh, it's terrible. There's so many, you don't want to relay the horror stories of the last 2 years and all the difficulties we faced. That was never the right thing to do. You want to be a stable professional and have a good answer prepared that puts it in the correct light. And so I think we've worked hard to do that and bring you something updated on a weekly basis that will help you with that. I know several people who actually take this and print this out and tape it to their desk so that as they're making calls and talking to people, they can repeat this and, quickly. So let me ask someone. Let me ask someone to read it. Shauna, would you read the Portland Metro? Tell us how the market.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Are you gonna, oh, well, there it is. Oh, we are seeing a slight decrease in home prices nationwide as interest rates continue to a slow trend upwards. However, this continues to be a seller's market due to the shortage of available housing. and signs of reluctance to purchase from buyers. Average days on market is 57 days and median home prices have decreased 2.8% over last year. The median home sold price in the metro area is $514,900. Interest rates are currently 6.39% and are expected to fluctuate over time. This is a great time to list.
I did
while-
on here and it still wouldn't launch me.
This is a great time to list while it is still favorable to sellers. Buyers also benefit from dropping prices and increasing stability in interest rates and greater time on the market.
Excellent. Excellent. So that's good news. So that's not so wild and crazy. It looks like it's a good time. This market is beneficial to both sellers and buyers. It's still a seller's market, but only slightly. Only slightly a seller's market. It
Yeah,
makes-
I like it better when it's a seller's market a little bit because then the buyers don't get too crazy on what they want.
Exactly, exactly. So I think we wanted to put in the key points. There's a slight decrease in home prices. That's true. We saw that. It continues to be a seller's market, and that's because of a shortage of available housing and a reluctance to purchase because of the interest rate fluctuations and the fact that they went up so dramatically from the COVID years. So that's pretty much the market in a nutshell. You know, when you're dealing with taking a listing or something in a specific area, you might want to drill in and do more market research than that. This is kind of from 10,000 feet describing the market. These are national trends as well. But thank you. That is how is the market. Let me very quickly run over a couple of things. Cheryl, you brought us the Northwest MLS Monday update. What are those? What do we find in this for people who are in the Northwest MLS?
Well, they talk about things online, like Transaction Desk, which is what we use to do all of our products and, turn in our files and all that. They just talk once a week. They tell what's going on.
Okay. Well, I can post these here. So if you keep sending me those, I will
Okay.
do that.
They talk about classes. Usually there's classes and there's the press releases for the how's the market thing for the month on there. Classes on it, all the things for Transaction Desk especially.
Right. Okay. Okay, so we'll post that for Washington people who are in the MLS. Brand Matters, this came in. I think I'll look at that next week. The Accelerate schedule. All right, Century 21 University has the Accelerate schedule. Let's have a quick look at that. It should pop up because I logged into it this morning. I've probably got it right here under one of these. There we go. Let's go. There's Accelerate. All right, the virtual Accelerate, that is that's the 4-week class, 3 sessions a week, about an hour and a half. And it's virtual, and you would be in there with about up to 100 other individuals from across the United States. And it's interactive. And it Accelerate goes over the basics. It has 4 chapters: how to work with buyers, how to work with sellers. And that's 2 of the chapters. I can't think of the other 2 off the top of my head, but it really does cover the basics. It's really excellent information presented very well. So please consider that. If you're new to the industry or you have the time to polish up your skills, this is an excellent way to go. June 5th through June 30th is the upcoming one. So please consider that. What's the other one? The Go List. And the Go List. Cheryl, what's the schedule on that?
It's-
8 to, mhm.
Oh, well, it's 4 30-minute sessions. I'm not sure what the schedule is on it, but
Okay.
what does it say? Tuesday, 8 to
Tuesday and
Thursday.
Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday, 8 to 8:30. So they're short, or is this 90-minute sessions? I'm sorry, I can't see.
Oh, okay.
It's a little small. You guys, this is great.
I
if
haven't
you
done
want-
this in a long time.
Yeah, this is a great jump start this spring if you guys are interested.
And that's only a 10-day period. Okay, within a 10-day period, there'll be 4 sessions. So absolutely, if you don't have the time to invest in the Accelerate, the Go List is an excellent option.
Yes.
And they focus on listings.
Yeah,
Yes.
they both motivate you to do your prospecting.
Mhm.
Yep, it's really good in this and Accelerate. You know, they'll talk about how to make a call or who to call, and maybe you practice a little bit with other people online, and then they break out and you go do it, and then you come back and report back. So it really kind of forces you to do what you're supposed to do.
Great,
Right.
great.
Yeah, I remember the goal list. I think they have you like text people and ask them if they have a minute to talk and or schedule an appointment. It's really cool. It works really well. They have some great ideas.
Makes you reach out.
Okay. Okay, we did that. Now the training calendar. Thank you again, Cheryl. We had I'd wanted future training calendars, and it looks like so we do have this month. And this is a training through Century 21 University, and it's filled with Moxie training, which is exactly what everybody is asking for right now. And so here's the week of the 15th through the 19th. Moxie on email marketing, getting started with Moxie. It's all here. So
Those are
definitely,
really good too. With the ones with Moxie, it shows you how to actually use Moxie to get more business or you know, help you do your business.
how long are these?
They're usually an hour.
Okay. Okay. Definitely. All right, so I've posted all of those. And Cheryl, you brought some things. I don't know if you want to talk about them or you want to post them, but what would you like me to bring up for you?
Let's do 8 reasons to use a realtor.
Here we go.
This is really good for when you're calling the for sale by owners or talking to a for sale by owner. Or you're driving by and you see a for sale by owner and you're gonna jump out of your car and run to the door.
Are there only 8 reasons?
There's a lot of reasons, but these are really good reasons.
Good reason.
These are the 8 top ones.
Reasons backed up by statistics, which I know is your favorite.
Yes.
And these are the reasons, these are from the NAR. This is what the NAR says. So, you know, it just talks about, you know, people think they can save time and money by listing themselves, and usually they don't. And that's the facts. That's what, you know, statistics show. And they might not believe you, but it is the truth. So you could tell them, you know, most, number one is most for sale by owners still have to pay commission, because a realtor's going to come to them with a buyer most of the time, because most people do use realtors. So what does that mean? A realtor's going to come. Usually what happens is the buyer goes to the realtor and says, hey, I saw this for sale by owner, and the realtor groans. And but usually you're going to go to that seller and say, hey, will you pay me a commission? Or sometimes for sale by owners will advertise even that they'll pay a commission. Or
Yeah.
I've had sellers bring flyers by the office and say, hey, can you sell this for us?
Yeah. And we've been talking about this for a very long time. There's a statistic of how many for sale by owners actually use a realtor, and it's in the 90s.
Yeah.
At the end of
Yeah.
the day, they can only go so far. They don't know what to do. They certainly don't know what to do. It's more complicated than ever.
Yeah. What does it say? I think one of our the statistic is on here is 92%
Ah,
use a realtor.
okay. So that should make, that should give realtors some comfort in that all of the education they have and all of the complicated things that they have to learn give you this advantage. For sale by owners just don't want to do it or can't.
Yeah, yeah, and these are the things when you run into somebody that thinks they're gonna try selling it themselves, these are just points to bring up. So number 2 is 28% of sellers chose an agent because they didn't have the time or energy to sell for sale by owner. So that's just one of the reasons, just remind them that it's gonna take time and energy. And do they want to answer the phone the first day, 30 times, depending on the market and the house? Are they going to be able to keep a schedule straight on when the showings are? Are they going to be able to be there to open the door for the person? There's a lot of things to consider if you want to sell it yourself.
Can they answer any questions about financing?
Yeah,
Can
financing the paperwork. Can they do the paperwork that's going to be required?
Can they demonstrate that it's priced right?
Yeah,
A lot of things.
yes, a lot of legal things that they won't know.
Right, the liabilities.
Are
Fair
they-
housing laws.
Are they going to do required forms by law that they don't even know exist?
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, one of the things that somebody suggested on for sale by owners is even giving them a copy of the seller disclosures to show them that here's one of the forms that you need to give. And there's other ones, maybe lead-based paint or whatever, but you don't have to give them all, but give them a little bit and then say, just so you know, there's things that are required by law.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I should always carry that around.
Let's see, number 3. The FSBO listings attract fewer offers than agent listed properties. Well, that's for sure true. If it's not on the MLS, then all the 90% of buyers that are out there that have realtors aren't going to see them unless they happen to drive by. And then, most of the time, realtors aren't going to mess with the for sale by owners for their buyers. They might try to get them. Hopefully, all of us would try to get them for a seller client. So whether it's due to the realtor's expertise in setting the right price or their access to other realtors and potential buyers, FSBO listings attract fewer viewers and fewer offers than properties listed by real estate agents, of course.
Yeah.
Sellers often have to keep their houses on the market for longer periods of time and sell their houses for less money, and that's the facts. So it's good to point that out. That's another good reason to use a realtor. And number 4, 74% of sellers, this is for all of you, 74% of sellers would use the same agent again if they could remember the name, if that agent is in touch with them, every 3 months.
Every quarter.
Yep.
Yep.
If you're in contact with that person, 74% of sellers would use the same agent again. That means a lot of people are happy with their agents. So even though there's some people that don't like real estate agents, that's a pretty big number. 74%. That's according to NAR. Most sellers who work with an agent say that they'd use the same agent again if they had to buy another property or sell their current one. That's a pretty high number, and it indicates that the majority of sellers are happy with the experience that they have working with a real estate agent. This stats puts bad real estate agent stories in perspective. They're the exception, not the rule. Okay, that's
I really feel like that's an accurate statistic too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
so that's your future. You're working hard, you're getting clients today. And when you get one, they're 74% likely to use you again in the next, 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
They used to say every client you could get 6 sales out of that client. I think it's gone down a little bit because people are not moving as much as they used to.
Right.
But still, you know, not only that person moving, but maybe their kids moving or their cousins or friends or whatever. So keep in touch with them. You'll get more listings for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5, 49% of FSBO sellers don't use an agent because they want to save money. So that's their reasoning. That's what they think they're going to do. So it's our job to point out all the reasons why they're not going to save money. So according to Zillow, approximately half decide not to use an agent because they assume it'll help them save money. What they don't realize is that they'll have to market their home themselves, spend a good deal of their valuable time coordinating the sale. And not only that, but the FSBO homes generally sell for less than homes that are sold by agents. So FSBO sellers save in commission, they may lose in the final sale price. So yeah, what you save in commission, you might lose in the price. And that's for sure, because, you know, right off the top, you're not going to get as many buyers looking at it. That's a big
You're
one.
not. You might think by being on Zillow, you'd have great exposure, but look what happens when you go to Zillow. If somebody were to actually try to filter through the for sale by owners, which you can do. And realtors do that because we're trying to find for sale by owners to try to get business. But when someone goes to Zillow, they're bombarded with realtors, they're bombarded with everything on the market, and your little FSBO may not be represented that well. And Zillow isn't what it used to be. Zillow's not getting the traffic that it used to get.
Yeah, I've got mine.
So
Yeah.
for sale by owners have few options, really. Put up a sign.
Yeah. And also the, you know, people that go looking at for sale by owners are looking for a deal. So they're looking to lowball people. They're looking to find people that don't know what they're doing and get below market value on it. Those are the kind of people that go looking for the for sale by owners.
He called in.
Right.
He
Okay.
did, he paid for.
Okay, so number 6,
For some reason.
there are 3 major issues for sale by owner sellers find difficult.
Yeah, that's what he did.
They are pricing the home right. They don't know other than what their neighbors told them, or, you know, we had one lady that her dentist told her how much her home was worth. She thought that was the right amount.
Probably use Zillow. And we
Yeah,
how accurate that can be.
yep. And they don't know how to complete the paperwork. They don't probably know where to get the paperwork.
Yes.
And then selling within their planned time frame. So yeah, it's gonna take longer because there's not as many people looking at it. And they're gonna have to sort through all those people lowballing and people that don't know what they're doing. If they don't have an agent, if the buyer doesn't have an agent as well, it can be a real cluster.
Mhm.
This month, because he has.
Yep.
Yeah, and pricing your home is one of the most important parts of selling a home. Sellers need to find the sweet spot of not losing money by pricing too low and not losing prospective buyers by pricing too high. So it's not an easy thing. We all know that. We have,
Yep. he's
you
aware.
know, sometimes it's a challenge even for us to price a home.
Yeah,
So
and I-
remind those sellers out there of that for sure.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
And if they want to sell fast, that's not a good strategy, doing it themselves. What does it say? 6% of for sale by owners say that selling within their planned time frame was their biggest struggle. So that's something else to know.
One of many that they'll have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a list of it's good to like memorize all this or have it with you, make a flyer with this on it to pass out to, just leave it at for sale by owner. You can leave it, you know, on their door or wherever. Don't put it in their mailbox because that's illegal.
Right. Or bring it with you during the interview and say, you know, I have a list of statistics to literally just
Yeah.
read off. You know,
Yeah.
there's a way to put that.
What this reminds me is, and it should instill a great confidence in the realtors, these people need us. That's why they eventually come to us. They go through this process. But compare what we've just described of what two members of the public have to do and not know how to do. Compare that to what I was talking about the other day, was it how easy negotiations are if both realtors do their job. If the selling agent has counseled their client and listed it at the right price, and the home is in the right condition to sell, and then the cooperating realtor has polished up their buyer and counseled their buyer to make a good offer and has all their ducks in a row, how simple that negotiation is and how straightforward it is.
Yes, for sure.
So that's what you want to bring to this for sale by owner. You want to bring that process to them, and they probably will make more money because you will have a good buyer.
Yep. They'll make more money, they'll get it done faster, it'll go way smoother. Number 7, your listing will reach far more potential buyers with an agent. We kind of already talked about this, but yeah, not using an agent means more than just not paying real estate commission. It's much harder for visible sellers to get their home in front of prospective buyers. Real estate agents have access to the MLS, and you know, for sale by owners don't. When your listing agent puts your home on the MLS, it exposes thousands of potential buyers to your property.
I don't know.
That 92% of people that have agents are going to be looking on the MLS. And then number 8 is what we've brought up several times. While FSBOs might seem like a popular alternative to hire an agent, FSBO sales only make up 8% of all home sales in the US. That means that most sellers are still turning to agents for their expertise and professional sales skills.
Great. Great. All right, thank you. So I think this is a lead source, and for sale by owners, you know, they come and go.
Right.
But if you're working a specific area, you want to always be aware of what's for sale by owner in your area. And you want to make the for sale by owner aware that you work that area. All of those things are important.
So let me finish it. Move
Right.
out.
Thank you.
Move out and
Nice.
Thank you. Shauna, what would you like to share with us today?
Well, you know, I've had I really like the one about pre-qualify like a professional, as the seller like a professional, but it's pretty long, and I think we should go over how to write an impressive real estate bio. It's kind of something that we haven't really talked about in a really long time.
Great.
I've heard more than once that people are stumped on when they want to write a bio or update their website. So I brought this up, and a well-written real estate bio can give you the competitive edge you need to generate leads and stand out from the crowd. Your bio does a lot more than just introduce you to potential clients. It's often a deciding factor for whether or not the buyers or sellers choose to work with you or give you that call for the opportunity. And we have such great websites that this is an opportunity I think we all have to update our bios and maybe tweak them out a little bit better. Stumped on where to start? Here's some ideas for you. The first tip would be to consider your tone. Before you even start writing, you'll want to decide whether you want to use first person or third person. First person conveys a more casual, personable tone, as though you're speaking directly to the reader, while third person is more formal and professional. I think I wrote mine in the third person in a lot of them. You can have different ones for different places too, and they'll go through that later here, but you could even decide to write, well, it says it right here. You could even decide to write 2 bios for each voice, using the first person bio for places like your social media accounts and third person for your website.
Okay, so you use third person for yours.
On my website.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You want a more formal sounding
And I think I have it maybe a little bit different at different websites because I have a few of them going. And I'll probably go in and update them because reading things like this always, I mean, we always should be learning, and things change too. People like things differently as times change. So mine has been the same for quite a long time. So it's probably time to go update it. Consider your tone. And then the next one is craft a story. Not to mention, I'm sorry, I gotta pop up from there. Not everything in your bio should be related to your real estate experience. To really draw readers in, dive a little into your history. Use your past experience to explain how it made you into an agent you are today. For example, you could share how your retail job as a teenager introduced you to your love of sales and customer service. Your bio doesn't have to be just about your past either. You can talk about your family, hobbies, or causes you support. I think maybe sometimes that helps a little bit, but I kind of think people go in there to find out what you can do to help them. And maybe once you talk to them, you can connect it with them on your hobbies and stuff. I think a lot of people do put in their hobbies. I think that I want to keep mine. That's your own choice.
That's very personal, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I want to be connecting to anybody who reads my bio, not just people who play tennis or love dogs.
That's right.
So the next
or
one
cat.
is talking.
Yeah,
What
you
was
got
that?
dog people and cat people. You don't want to offend anybody.
Right.
Impossible.
I love all animals. Craft a story. Not everything in your bio should be related to your real estate experience. To draw readers, I already just did that, didn't I? Yeah, sorry about that. Show off your credentials. If you want the reader to feel confident about you, I think this is a really important one. If you want the reader to feel confident in your abilities, make sure you showcase some of the highlights of your professional experience, whether it's years of experience, special designation, rewards, or sales stats. Sharing what you bring to the table builds trust and credibility. However, be careful not to make it sound like a resume posting. Keep it brief and use welcoming language. If you want help writing one, go look at what other people do and see what appeals to you. And that's what I did. I think that's a good way to start. And don't worry if you're a new agent. You can still demonstrate your credibility by mentioning your previous education or your careers you had in real estate. You could focus on the company that you're with and how credible they are too. Describe how these experiences have benefited you as an agent. You can also mention if you're native to a local market, which is a great idea. Share how long you've been in the area, and especially if you were born and raised there. This will position you as a local market expert who can confidently guide clients around neighborhoods and zip codes. I know that draws people to their agents a lot of times if they know the area really well. That's important, especially ones that are referring to you. Don't you think that when if you get calls for relocation or another agent looking for somebody for a referral, they're going to want to know if you know the area, because that's very important to them.
Right.
You also made a good point. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. When you write anything on the internet, go find some that you really like and copy the style. Don't copy the content unless you actually have the same bio. But that's the way to go when writing stuff on the internet.
Right. And I think, and one other tip, if you are an agent that's new to the area, tell them the story about how you acclimated yourself to the area, your exploring of the area and so on, and some of the resources that you used to become accustomed to the new area. That's an angle you could go if you're new to the area.
So true, because people who have lived here all their life, like they've never been to Multnomah Falls or some places. So, and then people who come visit have seen more things than they have. So it's very easy to get to know an area. So you can be an expert, but that's something that you should try to connect your credentials with is the area that you know.
Right.
Don't-
That's a good point. New residents often spend more time. Yeah.
Another thing to just briefly mention too is you don't have to write it. You can do a video. You can do a video and post it there. And some of the best bios I've seen have been video ones. And I have saved them because I thought they did such a nice job talking about what they could do to help them and about themselves personally very quickly, but in the language, like they said, a welcoming language, not just a resume type thing. So don't make it all about you. While it may seem counterproductive to not make your real estate bio all about you, what it really means is to write it for you. Your bio should convey the value you can provide to your clients, and in unique ways you can fulfill their needs. Avoid general statements like provide excellent customer service and aim for, I wonder if it's in mine. I'm just thinking of that right now. Provide an excellent customer service. I don't think those words are ones that I use. And aim for saying something like more specific, like how you're a great listener who keeps in contact with their clients in order to help them achieve their dreams. Whether you're a new or experienced real estate agent, using tips above will help you write a captivating bio that resonates with prospective buyers and sellers.
Yeah.
I do know that I have gotten some buyers and sellers because they liked that I was talking about different things, that my experience, my company, things like that, and not how successful I am or something like that.
Right.
Excellent.
Listen and connect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Shauna, what's your website?
I have one. Well, let's see, which one do we want to look at? Let's look at ShaunaC21.com. That's my Moxie.
Oh, yes. That's Moxie, yes. It certainly is. Do you have a bio on here yet?
There is.
Where?
About me. You can scroll to see it, or you can go to the top where it says about me.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. So yeah, have a look at that. So if you're looking to write a bio, or if you don't have a bio on your Moxie, and you should, have a look at that one.
That one's pretty short, and
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Okay. All right, excellent. Okay, I think that's it. I just wanted to, there's one thing I wanted to do. Let me go back to the blog. It's just one thing I wanted to remind you about is that these are on YouTube. And the YouTube channel is easy to find. Just go to YouTube and search for Century 21 North Star. And what do you find when you're there? You find all of these meetings in case you missed it. And we've been getting more and more views. We have more subscribers. Now we have, yes, we've got a couple more subscribers. Anyway, it's just there for you in case you missed the meeting or you want to run it. If you get to your desk in the morning to start work and you don't know what to do, you don't know how to get started, run a video, whether it's me, whether it's Mike Ferry, whether it's any production coach, whether it's anything valuable about real estate. Just hearing those words is very helpful, at least to me.
Yes.
So I will post this meeting just as soon as it ends. So it's always right there first thing. And don't forget, I've already forgotten. Don't forget our awards luncheon. What date is that? 15th?
June 15th.
June 15th, 11 o'clock in the Portland office.
I can carpool with people here. Just let me know. I can fit quite a few people in my Tahoe there. So
That's right.
Nice.
All right.
It'll
Thanks,
be a fun
everybody.
day.
Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Yes, call us if you need us, and go to your training on the website if you want to take some of that exciting training.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Ah.
have a good day.